you wanted to know how a debate bro Hasan hater looks like IRL, oh yeah, Dhoni did the master debater shit, which is crazy. Dhoni, don't do it. You're gonna get the stink on him. But I guess he's like always around like in psycho right-wingers anyway, so he's used to that shit. How Democratic streamers like Destiny are taking on MAGA and Charlie Kirk. Dhoni O'Sullivan, friend of the show, did a piece on the debate sphere, I guess.
Yeah, I just got escorted from Kirk, baby.
We're in Tampa, Florida for Turning Point USA's annual Student Action Summit. TPUSA is a voter-driving juggernaut for the Republican Party, led by 31-year-old Charlie Kirk.
They're happy. That's why you know they haven't been on social media.
But this year's event will be menaced by something called the Un-F America Tour, started by a group of progressive influencers and organizers, including the massively popular streamer Destiny.
This is the all roads lead to Rome thing, right? So he can do the exact same behavior you said that Biden couldn't get away with doing.
Destiny. They want to bring progressive debate to Kirk's doorstep, but first they have to get in.
So Turning Point has cancelled all of Un-F America's credentials.
You know what's funny? I'm debating Charlie Kirk at Dartmouth University next month.
Now they're trying to sneak in Destiny so he can debate inside here.
I like that these guys are like, this is our weapon. This is our secret weapon. If only Destiny will just like engage in spirited debate against Charlie Kirk, then we can just destroy this. We can destroy this whole charade.
All right, he's in. So Destiny has made it inside the building, and we'll see how long he lasts.
There's a major streamer named Destiny, who's a Democratic liberal streamer. He appears to be debating Myron Gaines.
God, these debate clowns act like getting a center right neolib in a debate is equivalent to sneaking a dragon slayer into the den of the bees. I know. Ugh. Yeah, he's gonna agree with Charlie Kirk that the left is actually responsible for Kamala losing, and also that he's gonna agree with Charlie Kirk on the Israel stuff. He's also gonna agree with Charlie Kirk on like 20% to 30% of Trump's deportation policies.
He's more of a right-wing red pill guy. They're both sort of creatures of like internet trolldom, but it should be a lot of fun. You know, it's like blood sports. It's like watching a cockfight, effectively.
We love to see it, though.
We love to see it.
Oh,
it's
God.
Great.
Oh, gross. Oh, my God.
We are at Student Action Summit. We got Destiny and Myron here today. Have a little friendly conversation.
Oh, yeah, man. Good to see you, bro.
Okay.
Young people may be tuning out the news, but this new form of live, provocative political debate is blowing up online. Its cultural significance is something well known to Kirk because he's part of it.
Oh, it's democratic socialism. It's completely different.
I love this question.
And
I could talk about socialism for hours.
Hello, everyone. I am Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, and I am surrounded by 20 woke college kids.
Under a tent with the words, "Prove me wrong," Kirk brought online debater culture directly to hundreds of college campuses during the last election cycle.
We have a problem in Black America. The biggest problem is not racism, it's the lack of dads.
He's like, the biggest problem is not racism because obviously I'm racist. So that would be like admitting that, you know, my kind of thinking is what's wrong, what's like held Black America back. He just stole Steven Crowder's whole flow. No, I know.
When exactly do heart waves begin in utero?
You know that, but you don't know the
Hold on, no, tell me when heartbeat.
I don't know.
And while he uses it to make viral content, its primary goal is to register Gen Z to vote MAGA.
I love the fact.
This kind of stuff is so fucking rudderless, okay? It's just, if you're doing blood sport for the sake of blood sport, like Charlie has a clear agenda, okay? His goal is to promote right-wing talking points. His goal is to make the left look weak and humiliate liberals and the left alike so he can make people agree with his worldview. He can make his worldview look stronger in comparison. If the inverse of that on the opposing front are rudderless neoliberals who constantly find themselves catering to the white nativist talking points in an effort to, I guess, like secure a larger crowd, then you're not really fucking debating this person. You're just waiting out the time until you agree with him, maybe 3 years down the line. But at that point, he will have moved past the advocacy, just like what Kamala Harris did with Donald Trump. We all laugh at this, but all these freaks were having closed door meetings with heads of government, including head of ICE, that fucking pay to expand all facilities into alligator Alcatraz type places. I have proof if you want to chat about it. No, I know. These guys are like actively in government as well. Under no circumstance do you agree with these motherfuckers unless they are agreeing with you. Okay. And even if they're agreeing with you, it's important to just be like, wait a minute. Why is there agreement here? What's going on here? You know?
Like that. We are now becoming we're becoming the cool kids now.
But no, I just want to be clear. Is there something wrong with talking to voters?
No, there's nothing wrong with talking.
Well, that's what we're doing here today. It's an open mic.
I think that you push a danger.
Is Destiny getting popularity? I would have thought that he was falling off since this stuff. Admittedly, I don't follow him. I don't think so. I mean, I think like these kinds of hits are not that consequential. And I know this from my own personal experience. I think that getting this kind of like mainstream hit is it's a blip. I don't know why Donnie's platforming him, to be honest. I mean, because he's there, and the reality of the matter is like Donnie literally covers some of the most insane freaks online. He covers every single person.
There's agenda.
It's a strategy that those behind UNF America say the DNC has been absent to counter.
I hate Charlie Kirk. I think he's actually a Satan spawn, but he's very, very strategically minded.
At an event organized by the UNF America crew down the street from the convention center, both conservatives and liberals packed into a pub to eat chicken wings, drink beer, and watch conservative voices try to take on Destiny.
Have you ever fired a man off a team?
Yeah.
So you fired 5.56. The mathematical odds of him surviving that are infinitesimally small.
They're infinitesimally high if it misses him, or grazes his ear.
Charlie Kirk's been doing this a long time, more than 10 years. Why has it taken the left so long to catch up and still hasn't caught up?
Republicans vertically are very well integrated when it comes to making sure that they're winning elections.
Yeah.
Right? There's the people who in 2020 they thought the election was stolen in every state basically.
Yeah.
But they still shut up to vote next time. So something is happening there where they're really big on going out and winning elections. And I think that shows at every single level, to where when people are organizing or when people are creating alternative media networks, whether you're talking Tim Pool, influencing other ones like Joe Rogan.
Are they going to cover scandals? I doubt it.
Or trying to do things with college kids like Charlie Kirk. They're making these events and they're gathering all these different people. For Charlie Kirk, it's school kids, but the single focus is winning elections. It's incredibly important. And somehow I feel like on the left, I don't know how this happened online. Maybe it's because we tend to be younger or whatever, but somehow the party's messaging apparatus, it feels like it's gotten hijacked from people by people who won't vote for your candidates, which I think is...
Oh, he is. Yeah, he is talking about me here. Yeah. This is his his main gripe. He thinks I'm not like riding the Democrats, not understanding that like I'm not in the business of riding Democrats. Why the fuck would I ride the Democrats? He's literally saying he wants to be a Charlie Kirk for the Democratic Party in a piece about how Charlie Kirk is a charlatan. He is a masquerading suit that is a fleshlight for Republican messaging. That's the whole point. That's not what I want to do. Yeah, he's literally saying we don't need better candidates, we need better voters. The reality is that is a message that I think media executives will entertain, though, because that is precisely the kind of message that they want to put out there. If they want to continue losing, or maybe every now and then marginally securing victories, then great. What Charlie Kirk is doing doesn't actually work. It works because there's endless sums of money being thrown at it by billionaires to spread propaganda. It's not just that Charlie Kirk is such a genius. That's part of it. The vertical integration that he also mentioned is something that I talk about quite frequently, which is that the propaganda apparatus on the Republican side is directionally aligned, and therefore all of the independent outlets that are supposedly independent are being funded by the same backers that fund the Republican Party and also Fox News. And therefore, Charlie Kirk can go in and out of mainstream circles to gain significant more prominence in times of need. He can also consistently farm donations from wealthy Republican donors. Charlie goes on Fox and Friends. He goes on all of the Fox News, all of the different programs on Fox News. Same with all of these other guys, like even the PragerU guys. Even no-name PragerU guys have, they get mainstream opportunities with regular frequency, whereas there is no equivalent on the independent left media side. There's not even equivalences on the independent liberal media side. Brian Tyler Cohen, Midas Touch, Harry Hasan, these guys are not like regularly being uplifted by CNN or MSNBC. The Unfuck America thing is so fucked because the Dems on the team are just right-wing libs who are also TERFs. I don't know anything about this. I don't know anything about like the Unfuck America tour. I am so out of touch with whatever the fuck that is. And I know that like TikTok debates are what pops off, especially for an entire generation of people who want to consume political content. I think that it is ultimately unproductive, especially if you are rudderless, especially if you have no like ideological backing, if your politics are not guided by empathy, if you're not predisposed with policy, and you would rather defend the party. I do not care about defending the party. I care about defending good policies, no matter who is the person, no matter who is saying the actual good policies, who's defending the actual good policies. Ultimately, a lot of these people are, like in the case of Destiny, if he wasn't so purely spite driven, I think he could continuously be a debate mercenary that sees a tremendous amount of success. But I think because of his like overwhelming amount of spite for like everyone he thinks fucked him over in his career and like kept him down, which is ironic because he should look in the mirror. That's the only motherfucker who's like fucked himself over. If he didn't do all of that stuff, all that snarky shit, then he probably could be like a decent debate mercenary. But even then, he would be just like another Harry Hasan type. The Democrats are always going to actively push aside leftist influencers because the Democrats don't actually want to influence people. The Democrats don't actually want to make change. That's the unfortunate problem. Until the Democratic Party changes and actually becomes an active fighting party, a party that actually cares about its citizens, a party that actually cares about its voters, a party that is actually predisposed with like improving people's lives, a party that wants to advocate for good policies that do genuinely improve people's lives, and not just like the status quo party that is marginally better than the increasingly worse Republican Party. There's not going to be this kind of cohesive media push from independent circles, and at most they'll just fucking push for like Midas Touch to be dominant in the media landscape.
Did the Democrats have anything like this?
Nothing. And I will say, like, Charlie Kirk is honestly one of the best organizers of our generation. And I think that, you know, as much as I disagree with Charlie Kirk, I believe that what he's doing has worked. And that's why I'm here to replicate what he's doing. I'm not here to, you know, disrupt Charlie Kirk's events. I'm here to say that there are alternative ideas and that we need to build the same thing that he has, because he is good at it.
Z. Cohen Sanchez has worked more than a decade on Democratic campaigns.
There's no reason why we can't do this. This is not very expensive to do. We have so many PACs on the Democratic side raising millions of dollars, right? We are not a big PAC. We haven't even raised $1 million yet. And we're able to get all of these creators essentially anywhere that Charlie is. And so that's what we really want the Democratic Party to do, is we want to have them to start investing in these movements.
Is the DNC supporting this?
No, not currently.
Why not?
If Ken Martin's watching this, text me back. But really, I mean, I think it's disappointing that we haven't been able to see the DNC really get off the ground since the election, because I think a lot of things have happened internally that have been distractions to the actual ground game that we need right now.
No, our motto is when they go low.
Based on what that woman is saying, isn't it analogous to them saying they need a Joe Rogan to the left, aka not understanding what the root of the problem is? Yes. I think she just wants to be that person for the Dems. And the Dems are so fucking delusional that they won't even like throw a bone to people like that, who want to be like, who are begging to be loyal servants of the Democrats. Not that I'm saying that if the Dems also fucking funded this operation that seemingly has decided to go with like, a active pest with numerous court cases launched against them, who with regular frequency will say like insane freak shit, or, you know, white people's right to be able to say the N-word. Destiny is a demon of the internet. He cannot exist in the real world in this way. There's a million different things, but the point is, you talk like a rapper in an interview who talk about King Von. That's so funny. Yeah, dude, keep coping. I do love people who like try to present Destiny as this like scary individual as well, and not just like a repulsive freak. Yeah. Yeah, dude, you're talking about him like you're talking about King Von, dude. You're just a weirdo creep.
We go high.
For Destiny, it's a ground game that must reflect the online culture he and millions of young Americans are part of, one that is often characterized by un-PC language, insults, and crude humor, like this tweet Destiny sent poking conservatives by saying the kids who died in the Texas flood were proof that God doesn't exist.
The tweets you sent about the kids in Texas would probably disqualify you, or would probably have somebody in the upper levels of the Democratic Party say, okay, we'll never work with this guy again.
Yeah.
Do you regret sending those tweets?
I think they have to get over it. I don't regret them. I love poking the bear on the right. I feel like Republicans are so good at owning the space. Republicans do this thing where they say, you know...
It is issues with jokes you've made. Yeah, that's the other side of the story, that he's just like so goddamn annoying. With like, as much as I entertain edgy humor, it's usually not against like defenseless children. You know what I mean? It's just not. The jokes that I have that are fucking edgy are the same type of jokes that like the right wingers get mad at, which is usually making fun of America as an institution. You know, making fun of the American government, making fun of dominant forces in American society. I'm punching up no matter how edgy it is. I'm not fucking punching down.
Comedy's legal again, and we can joke about anything. But when they say anything, they really just mean like immigrants and black people, right? Because if you make fun of anything on their side, they lose their minds.
I guess is your point that, you know, always trying to take the high ground is clearly not working for Democrats?
One of the things that conservatives...
Yeah. In order to be Republicans, we must become more racist. Does anybody like this guy? I'm asking earnestly. It's just the fucking grossest people. Or if there's anyone that's like normal that likes him, they probably saw like a TikTok clip where he doesn't look like a gross little freak pervert. That's probably it. But like the main community is some of the worst fucking freaks. They basically operate like a bunch of cyber stalkers that have no real interest in politics at all and just basically do his bidding, whatever it is.
Into accidentally, because I think Donald Trump's an idiot, even politically, but they stumbled into this thing where people started to get confused because of what the right and left looked like, and I think they think that you need an extremist platform in order to win elections. But what you really need, I think, is just extremist messaging. I think that's what you need.
Back inside, the packed event giving the Uneth America organizers hope there will be appetite for similar debates on college campuses this fall.
I do 100 hours of this a semester. 100 hours. In addition to 2 hours of podcasting radio. I mean, the physical crowds are now 3,000-4,000 people almost every time we do this.
And so the plan for this semester is Charlie Kirk shows up at campuses all across the country. And
before I started watching Twitch, all I heard of Destiny was that he's a liberal that likes to debate Republicans. Most normal people don't know how repulsive he is. Yeah. I think like what he doesn't realize is when he gets into the spotlight a little too much and the light shines back at him even a little bit, like when he has to operate under the microscope that he's placed upon someone like myself, for example, when people find out about what he says all the fucking time and he can't help himself, that he basically wears like a badge of honor, like no matter how edgy it gets, no matter how gross he gets, he's seen as like no matter he in his own community is seen as like a beacon of truth and honesty whenever he gets like more edgy. But to the average person, that just comes across as like a repulsive freak.